very much.
Good afternoon. I am a right worshipful Mayor of Colchester, and I'd like to take this opportunity to express how gratified I am to see before me such a diverse, broad-ranging cross-section of staring, vacuous, slack-jawed. Who are these people, Tymperleys?
I believe they are voters, Your Worship.
Ah, so, crooks, more crooks and layabouts then. Still, could be worse. Could be Chelmsford.
Your Worship.
Yes, this afternoon, I and my town clerk here, Mr. Tymperleys.
Hello.
Do not exceed your authority, Mr. Tymperleys.
My most fulsome, fawning and obsequious displays of toady unctuousness, your grand majestical worshipfulness.
I should think so too. Now then, where was I? Ah, yes. We shall, for the enlightenment and edification of you, the revoltingly impertinent chattering classes, perform the ceremonial reading of the town joke. Now, as those of you with a proper grammar school education will be aware, the Corporation of Colchester was granted its one, and indeed only, joke by royal charter in 1189 by Richard the Lionheart. This, the official municipal howler, must, under Section 125, Paragraph C of the Local Government Slapstick and Drollery Act, be performed annually, twice biennially, or once every 12 months, depending on the lunar cycle, the loony cycle, and the average retail price of bananas, in a public forum, a public convenience, or a public house, as part of the duties of a sitting mayor, a standing politician, or a lying drunk. And naturally, the Corporation of Colchester boasts one of the oldest and indeed weightiest jokes of all the incorporated boroughs.
Indeed, Mr. Mayor, it most certainly knocks Corby's official "how many proctologists does it take to change a light bulb" gag into a veritable cocked hat.
That it does, Mr. Tymperleys, that it most assuredly does. This, our town joke, has been orated publicly, formally, and in a seemly manner every year since the constitution of the office of the Mayor of Colchester. Apart, obviously, from 1648, when, during the Civil War, the town joke was temporarily requisitioned by the Royalist army, led by Lord Goring, requiring the town's mayor, Henry Barrington, to instead make do with a series of swiftly extemporized and increasingly sexually suggestive knock-knock gags delivered by besieging Parliamentarian General Sir Thomas Fairfax. But enough of the history lesson. Without further ado, we shall perform this, the official telling of the municipal gag. For those of you unacquainted with the exquisite intricacies of civic ceremonial, Mr. Tymperleys will furnish you with a simultaneous commentary in an attempt to temporarily ameliorate your soul-destroying plebeian ignorance. Mr. Tymperleys, if you'll be so good.
And so the telling of the municipal joke begins. The mayor commences by taking 3 steps in a west-northwesterly direction. Our most resplendent and, I must say, achingly pretty leader of the council now awaits the formal arrival of the borough's grand Jape Master Respondent. Councillor Timothy St, Mycroft Young, current portfolio holder for planning, community safety and culture. Now in his 13th year in the most exalted and it has to be said, quite magnificently well-remunerated position of Grand Jape Master Respondent. Before entering the Mayor's chamber, the Grand Jape Master Respondent is first requested and required to undertake the ancient ritual known as the presenting of the knockers, during which he is charged to knock thrice and firmly with his tickling sticks of office.
How tickled I am to be here. How tickled I am to be here. How tickled I am to be here.
Magnificent. This striking of his tickling sticks against the back doors of the moot hall naturally gives the ceremony its alternate title of the bashing in of the Mayor's rear entrance.
Enter!
And so, with the mayoral consent fulsomely given, this, the highest-ranking idiot within the borough, completes his progress to the worshipful mayor. He curtsies in the manner of a contemptible groveller. And then assists the mayor in the symbolic removal of his robe of office, thereby displaying the formal joke-telling raiment. Quite breathtaking, I'm sure you'll agree. The mayoral joke-telling shirt is traditionally wrought by Sheffield craftsmen in only the most exquisitely tawdry polyester, employing comic tailoring techniques handed down from as far back as the early 1970s. The Grand Jape Master Respondent now solemnly invests the mayor with the comedy insignia of his most ludicrous office. The ceremonial pint of mild is taken up, and the official half-smoked woodbine placed within the mayoral oral region. And I think I can safely say we are now set for a truly memorable afternoon of civic absurdity. It is, of course, at this juncture that the mayor formally calls for his major insignia.
Hold any man, my massive donger.
Verily, it is my requirement, in addition to my pleasure, to hold his worship's massive donger.
Yes, the silver, solid sterling silver, mayoral silver bell of sterling comedy silver, more formally known as his worship's massive donger, can traditionally be touched only by the Grand Jape Master Respondent or by the mayor himself. No other comedy official, not the High Sheriff of the County Titters, nor even the Lord Privy Flush, is enfranchised to finger this, Colchester's most prominent civic bell end. His massive donger firmly held in practiced hands, the mayor now waits patiently to address the Grand Jape Master Respondent, who is charged with the keeping of the scrolls of royally sanctioned mirth, which contain the approved text of the municipal gag, scrolls which have been, as tradition dictates, symbolically sheathed from all tangible facts by being wrapped within back issues of the Essex County Standard.
Do you possess the scrolls? No, it is merely the manner in which I am standing.
A magnificent rendition there of the ever-popular "Do You Have the Scrolls" gag. A relatively recent addition to the ceremony, dating as it does from only 1704. The Grand Jape Master Respondent now formally unrolls the old rolls of rolled scrolls. And now, with all insignia and accoutrements in their proper place, his worship begins the reading of the joke.
I say,
At this point, the Grand Jape Master Respondent has the opportunity either to acquiesce to the telling of the joke or to punch the mayor violently and repeatedly in the face. A tense moment in the proceedings for many mayors. But no, this, our most current and most aesthetically appealing mayor, sails through the giving of the mayoral bung without incident. And so, the Grand Jape Master Respondent prepares to utter the traditional interrogative rejoinder.
what do you say? What do you say? What do you say? The domestic canine, of which I am both the de facto and bona fide owner, does not find itself in possession of, nor has title in, nor access to any functional nasal facilities, nor external physiognomic fixtures and fittings customarily associated therewith. How does it successfully discharge its standard olfactory duties? It is malodorous.
The joke told, the audience responds with the traditional contemptuous deathly silence. And then the Grand Jape Master Respondent closes the ceremony with the formal recapitulation of the audience's collective opinion.
We do not wish to know that
I don't get it.
Thank you for your appreciation of Colchester's town joke. This way, please.
Thank you.